Hello friends, welcome back to GK Sports India YouTube channel. Well, Saturday 28th June was a black Sunday for Indian cricket teams. Just like how it was a super Sunday 2 Sundays ago when India A, the India men's team and the women's team posted victories in their respective matches. India A in Sri Lanka, India senior team against Afghanistan in the ODI series, and India women opening their ICC Women's T20 World Cup campaign with a win against Pakistan. 2 weeks later, it was a completely different story. ICC Men's T20 World Champions, India, lost the 2-match T20 series to Ireland in Belfast, losing both the T20s on Friday and Sunday, as Shreyas Iyer, the new T20 captain for India, got off his stint as the captain on a dismal note. There was a lot of hype about the series. Perhaps the Indians were overconfident as the reigning world champions going to Ireland, who are ranked 11th in the ICC Men's T20 team rankings. India, obviously, the number 1 ranked team. Quite a few changes in the personnel, but the main core team, barring the World Cup winning captain Surya Kumar Yadav, as the new captain has replaced him in Shreyas Iyer, it has been the same core team that won the ICC Men's T20 World Cup. There was a lot of hype about the 15-year-old Vaibhav Suryavanshi, who gained his maiden T20 selection or maiden India selection. But when everybody expected Vaibhav Suryavanshi to play on the back of his India A form recently in Sri Lanka and prior to that the IPL form, he was expected to play. But I appreciate the Indian team decision to not play him right away. It is not by right that Vaibhav Suryavanshi gets to straight away take his opening slot in the Indian 11 just because he has been picked as a 15-year-old teen prodigy. Well, Shreyas Iyer rightly said at the toss before the first T20 on Friday that Vaibhav Suryavanshi has to wait for his chance. His right time will come, and well, that is where I appreciate the Indian team think tank. They don't go by the sentiments of the public, because rightly so, the team has experienced, and you cannot replace somebody who has won you the World Cup in opener Abhishek Sharma or Sanju Samson for that matter. Well, after the 2-0 loss, embarrassing loss in Ireland, India failed to chase 182 in the first match and 154 in the second match, losing the first match by 34 runs and the second by the lowest of margins by 1 run. That was the story of India's tour of Ireland for the 2 T20s. Before India departed for Ireland, perhaps they went with the mindset that they were surely going to win. But then this is a funny game, especially the format T20, and you cannot take any team for granted. Who would have thought a bowler, left-arm bowler that too, of Indian origin, Jai Mundra, picking up Abhishek Sharma and Sanju Samson with the first deliveries that they faced of him in the second T20I, where he ended up with 3 wickets, and in the first T20 he picked up 2 wickets to be player of the match in both the T20s and obviously the player of the series. Jai Mundra of Indian origin, left-arm medium pace, and it surely shows that India have some weakness against left-arm medium pace. We have seen it in international cricket against tougher opponents, and here against unknown left-arm medium pacer, the Indians came a cropper. Not just him, they allowed Ireland to run away with 182 after having them for less, thanks to Prasida Krishna's generosity in the first T20, giving away runs aplenty. When things were controlled, in India's control, they just generously gifted away runs. And in the second T20, well, they just succumbed to the quality bowling, disciplined bowling of Ireland, especially Mundra, to lose by the narrowest of margins, 0-1. Well, India now go to England for a 5-match T20 series, and this setback will only pump them up to perform better and not go down to England also. Perhaps there could be some changes in the lineup for the two failures by Sanju Samson in Ireland. Whether you straight away replace him with the teen sensation Vaibhav Suryavanshi, or still give them the opening pair, 2 matches in England before looking at the Suryavanshi option. Shreyas Iyer, well, perhaps he would have understood that captaining India is not the same as captaining IPL franchisee. He doesn't have Ricky Ponting in the Indian team think tank. It is Gautam Gambhir who is the head coach. So it will take time to adjust. Though they have been in the same IPL franchisees in the past, it is a different ball game altogether. That was India's loss on Sunday to Ireland in the men's section. Not far away from Ireland, the neighbouring England, where the ICC Women's T20 World Cup is going on, India succumbed to Australia in a crucial group match, going down to Australia and thereby exiting from the World Cup in the league stage. At Lord's in London, the last group league match of this competition before the semi-finals are played on 2nd of July and the final on the 5th of July. India faced with a must-win situation against Australia. If they had beaten Australia, who have already qualified for the semi-finals, they would have moved ahead of South Africa for the semi-final berth. But as it happened, India managed 170 for 4 thanks to Harmanpreet Kaur, the captain's 50 plus runs after a decent start given at the top by Shafali Verma and Smriti Mandhana. But 170 for 4, not enough, as the experienced duo of Ellis Perry and Ashley Gardner and their century partnership, Perry scoring 56, later named the player of the match, and Gardner 53, and their 100-run partnership in 57 balls for the 4th wicket saw Australia through. So it's Australia versus West Indies in the semi-finals on 2nd of July at the Kennington Oval. On the same day, South Africa, who finished second in the table ahead of India and below Australia, who had earlier on Sunday defeated Bangladesh in their league match to keep their semi-final hopes alive, watched India lose and prayed for India to lose, so they got it into the semi-final. So it is South Africa versus West Indies and England versus, rather, it is South Africa versus England in the second semi-final, precede and following the first semi-final between Australia and West Indies at the same Kennington Oval in London. So India, men and women, not pleasing their fans on Sunday, losing both their international fixtures. India in the T20 against Ireland, to whom they have lost for the first time in this series. The previous 8 matches, 2 of them in T20 World Cups across 2 different editions, and 6 in their visits to Ireland in the past, India have won convincingly all the 8. So After 8 consecutive wins against Ireland, they suffered an embarrassing loss. So India, Gautam Gambhir and his support staff will have a lot to ponder over before they take on England in the 5-match T20 series starting on 1st of July. Speaking about England, there came the news on the 4th day of the third and final test between England and New Zealand being played about Ben Stokes retiring from international cricket. He announced it during a break to the English teammates in the dressing room that he was going to retire on Monday being his last day as an England international. The reasons awaited, perhaps the recent events that followed after England's win in the first test at Lord's and the pub events that happened, the distasteful events of him and Gus Atkinson involved in a brawl. Perhaps that led to Stokes' decision to retire from international cricket. It's not known, and not doing England's favor is that England are not placed well to win this test match. New Zealand are poised to take a 2-1 series win when play resumes on Monday in Nottingham, with England needing 270 more runs to win and New Zealand needing to pick up 6 wickets more. 103 for 4 in pursuit of the target of 373. It's New Zealand's the favourites to win this test match and the series under Tom Latham. So Ben Stokes, who opened the second innings with Ben Duckett, played a blinder, but that was not actually required. 30 runs, 2 fours, 2 sixes before he became out, led England to lose 3 more wickets before stumps on the 4th day's play. So much of action over the weekend and a lot more action in the international world with the FIFA World Cup into its round of 32 with Canada, the co-hosts of this FIFA World Cup, being the first nation to enter the round of 16, having defeated South Africa in their round of 32 1-0. Lots to play for. More African nations in the round of 32, and one match that I will personally be looking forward to is coming Saturday's 3:30 a.m. India time, defending champions Argentina versus Cape Verde. They play each other in the round of 32, and there are quite a few favorites who have also, or title contenders who have also made it to the round of 32. So that's it from me for this episode. See you soon with more sporting action. Take care. Have a nice week.